Welcome to the Upper Room. I'm your host, King Cleve, along with my co-host, Zeke, the 5-foot freak.
What up?
And the legend that is Larry. We are now back for another special show. We hope that you stay tuned in to soak up all of this that we're going to give you today. It's going to be interesting, to say the least.
It's going down.
But before that, you want to go ahead and give them a taste of what gives you
The red ass?
Yeah, go ahead and give them that before we go to break.
My boy got shot last week, man.
Who was that?
Ghost.
Ghost got shot,
Ghost got shot, man. And it kind of, man, I've been dealing with it, but I'm going to be all right. But this is my issue. They took a poll, and in that poll, more people are with Team Tommy than Team Ghost, and I don't understand that.
Me.
I'm sorry. I mean, and when I look at Tommy is reckless. He's emotional. He goes off script. I look at Ghost. Ghost is a man with a plan. He does. He's not the perfect character. Of course, he's a drug dealer.
Yeah.
But
he's a person.
He's a good father.
Yeah.
Better parent than the mama.
Yeah.
He'll be a better parent than Tommy.
But what you got?
But that's part of the reason, and I'm gonna step out here. I'm finna catch some flack. But I guarantee you, most of the people saying that are black women. They were enraged when he cheated on Tasha. Now, Tasha on her, how many?
Oh, this is gonna be on the phone.
I thought it was 5.
Well, she got more than him.
Yeah,
he only messed with Angela.
And I'm now he did the other woman. Remember to get that.
That was all part of the plan.
Yeah. Okay. But it wasn't.
That's 2.
That's
Okay.
2. 1.5.
Okay. But I think that's a big issue, and I'm still kind of really wondering if something went on with Tasha and Kanan. That's just kind of
It remains to be seen.
I don't think anything went on because she couldn't stand him.
That's the reason why went on, no.
But because he kept trying to pull Ghost in, but Ghost ain't want to go back in. And then back to you saying that.
But she wanted him in though. She wanted him to continue. She didn't want Ghost.
Well, when things was getting bad, she wanted Kanan in because she knew Kanan can off some people and get a little pressure, tension off of Ghost.
Yeah, but she didn't want Ghost to go legit. She wanted him to stay a drug dealer. Remember?
She did.
Yeah. So I don't know.
But for the record, I don't think Ghost is dead.
Oh, of course.
I think it was just a dream.
Of course not.
He was daydreaming. This is what could have happened. Because he make the shit.
He's the main character.
I think somebody popped him, but
I mean,
he popped somebody.
He's gonna make it. That's the point.
I was wondering if the new girlfriend did. That's just my.
The politician.
Nah, she got to get some first.
I don't think so,
She wants some.
But what if he killed somebody in the past that was? Because you can see they past.
She cut
man,
him bad, bro.
It's so many.
Because she willing to forgive all his transgressions from the past.
Man, a woman can play you like you can't make it. But anyway,
I guess so. But I don't know, man. But who is your favorite character? I'll start with you, Free.
I like Ghost.
Okay.
I like Ghost.
Okay. Yeah.
Man, mine was in between Ghost. Well, because he's the main, but I like Kanan too.
Okay, you like Kanan? We forget about Kanan.
Yeah,
Only reason why I ain't like Kanan because he was. You supposed to be so good friends with Ghost, but you turning his own son against him.
Because he felt his son Ghost turned his son against him. Remember that was his other.
Okay, man.
But man, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to go to break, and when we come back, we're gonna be covering the topic fame and the costs. We're gonna look, kind of take an in-depth look at Hollywood. And before I do that, let me give my boy a shout out just real quick. Pat Wild Wings at 9739 North Sam Houston Parkway, Suite 200. Man, go check him out. He has a grand opening the other day right there in Humble, and I'm telling you, they off the hook. Go check them out.
It's like that. Right.
So we're gonna go to break, and when we come back, we'll jump right into the topic. We back live, the upper room. Fame and the cost. Man, it's so much going on in Hollywood now. I think we had to do this one. Legend, I know you've been chopping at the bits for a while to get. There's so much that you want to talk about. We're gonna have to try to squeeze it all in one show.
No doubt.
If
No
that's
doubt.
possible.
No doubt.
So fame and the cost. How big of a cost do people pay to be famous? Because you're under a microscope, right?
Right.
So every little thing that you do is out there. So especially with social media now. So if if you have an attitude, bad attitude, if you're a freak, some kind of pervert, it's out there.
Yeah.
And
There's a market
Dave
for it.
Chappelle said it the best. He said a lot of things go on behind closed doors that a lot of people don't know about. Just try to get roles or try to get the big spot in Hollywood.
So that's part of paying the cost.
To be the boss.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So which one of y'all want to jump on this first, man?
Oh, me, man.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I know
I'm itchy.
you. Go ahead.
But no, with anything though that's worthwhile in any type of career, there's going to be some investment of time, energy, sacrifice, and a lot of hard work, especially in any career. Before we even get to being a celebrity or anything on that level, there is a cost. There's a sacrifice. When you start talking about celebrity status, whereas professional athlete, whereas rap, whereas actor, actress, that's another level of sacrifice. Because I believe those people, probably not specifically athletes, but those people always have to come up to a fork in the road where they have to make a decision morally. Where there's a line that they know like, man, if I cross this line, I'm gonna lose my self-respect, my integrity, but maybe on the other side of that line, there go my dreams. I'll accomplish my goals.
Is it worth it?
And that's the $1 million question. Is it worth it? It depends on what your moral compass is. My daughter, she's kind of rubbing elbows right now with, Paula Abdul, dancers with Beyonce and choreographers of, Paula Abdul, and she's kind of in that industry to a certain degree. I'm not, everywhere she go, I go. Everywhere I go. And if I'm not with her, her mom's with her. And that's just how it's going to be. And I believe that there's just a handful of people that have that opportunity to have that type of support and security. Most people don't.
But then the thing is, even though, I'm glad my niece have that moral support and stuff like that, but what can you do when it's behind the wardrobe room? Or when it's
Her mama right there.
a closed rehearsal?
And they do have closed rehearsals. They do. We right outside the door. We're gonna go all the way up to a point to where they'll almost have to get security to keep us out.
Right.
And with that type of presence, we have to hope that, you see I'm right out here. You see her mama right there. We working and talking to the agents. We talking to the producers. We right there. Like, it'd be kind of bold for you to take that little small opportunity to go and do something to
But we have a lot of them that do take that chance. But let's say, and I don't want to use a celebrity name for someone to assume that we're talking about them. Let's just say this cup is a world-known choreographer or a dancer, whatever the case may be. And then they go to that kid and say, look, you can't say nothing just because I'm touching you right here. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Who's going to tell? Because the dream is to be able to dance with this type of person, to be on a set with them, maybe a video, maybe a movie set,
right,
or whatever the case may be. So sometimes it don't matter what extremes we go to, something still can happen, God forbid.
But it lowers the risk.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what, it's not 100%, but
Well, that's just like in everyday life, man. We do what we can to protect our children, but we can't protect them from harm 100%.
No.
No matter what we do, 'cause you're not gonna be with them, all the time, and I'm good. I'm sitting there listening to you because I have a daughter that she wants to be a singer. I mean, she's pretty good at singing. I mean, she's young, but and that's what she wants to do. So I plan on doing that, and I even did the same thing, with my sons when they played basketball. One of us was always there.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't so much that I worried about, sexual molestation or
There's
whatever.
a different type of concern.
Yeah, I just seen how bad parents treated a lot of the children who parents weren't there, so I wasn't gonna let mine go through that. But getting back to it, man, it's a cost for fame. Not only that person, but especially when it's someone young, your parents, they have to put money into it, travel, hotel, food, and it's a lot.
Right.
And it can strain relationships.
Right.
It can strain relationships.
I think women have it worse. That can go both
Ain't what
ways.
Terry Crews said.
But if you look at the overall spectrum of this whole thing, I think because the industry is ran by men,
True.
women do have it, like ridiculously tough. Like the decisions they have to make as far as do I cross this line or not. And sexual harassment, I feel like, man, sexual harassment, it goes on so much. It goes on regular jobs.
Right.
I can't imagine being a producer and a woman off the streets got some skills and he is so much
He can do the
manipulation.
Yep.
Well, they just had something, and I won't go into it, but they just had that situation going on with the city of Houston. If you've been following it, but I really won't go in. Young lady said she was promised a job, and of course she didn't get what she wanted, and then she blew the whistle. So we'll just leave that at that.
Yeah.
But
Somebody else got the job and got 90, 100 some thousand
well, I
dollars.
don't know if somebody else got the job, but she ain't get what she wanted, so now somebody else is he's out of a job. But
So she blew the whistle after blowing the whistle.
so family
that
show.
don't surprise me, freak.
Family show.
Hey, I'm just
But that's
saying,
the point,
man.
though. I wouldn't expect nothing less, man.
Yeah, wow. But yeah, so again, like Freak said, so even on a regular job, you are asked to people are asked to do inappropriate things.
Mm-hmm.
So you can only imagine what goes on behind the scenes there. And so we we were having this conversation last night, and I was saying, and her thing was she just couldn't see why. This is the thing. When you go like to a job where what I was talking about, and it's nothing but women. It's like 95 to 5, or you go into a industry like where I work in, where it's the reverse.
Mm-hmm.
It's all men. And so you can take an average to below average woman, and 12 hours there, she starts to look like Beyonce or and so so you get that. Now I make it plain and clear that anything for us like that, me is professional, and even I try to take it outside of that, even like with neighbors or whoever.
Right.
I'm not going to give you the opportunity to
Right.
even if to put any doubt.
Right.
Right.
You see what I'm
To
saying?
assume anything.
Yeah. So and it's hard because it really kind of takes you away from being
Social.
yourself. Yeah.
You can't even be social because you're watching every single word. But people, they looking for the smallest opportunity to get you.
How you say hello?
Oh, he said.
You look. How did I tell you?
He
You
looked
look
me up and
nice.
down. He undressed me with his eyes. I feel harassed. Then you got a lawsuit.
Right.
Then we'll settle out of court. I'll go ahead and take 10,000.
Yeah.
So then now you presume that you was guilty because you settled out of court.
Right.
Just like the big
Because you don't
thing.
want to deal with all that.
But the thing with Kevin Hart with the sex tape, remember? Okay, when his friends supposedly stole the tape, was gonna blackmail him. Okay. Well, the girl gets on, who wasn't his wife or whatever. She gets on. Oh, I'm not gonna go after Kevin. He was a victim just like I was. Publicly,
Right.
behind closed doors. And man, just slide me, 6 figures.
Mhm.
And then when Kevin said no, all of that
Oh,
changed.
yeah. I didn't know I was getting taped.
Yeah, all of that changed.
Right. So that's the question, though. Do you go ahead and take that chance? Because, especially in our industry, our career, once they accuse you, you're guilty. There's no such thing as, oh, I'm innocent until proven. No, you're guilty until proven innocent as a teacher. And I mean, so if you were in the spotlight and then you get accused of something like that, social media and everything else, man, public perception, oh, he guilty.
Right. And these can be the same people that speak to you every day.
Right.
But just because they hear something, hearsay, they just gonna presume that you was guilty.
Here's my thing, y'all. How do you, especially you have a young lady, and I'm just thinking of my daughter. You have a daughter. They have a talent, and you're pushing as a parent to harness that talent, and we're working hard, and we're going on these conventions, and we're putting all this money, and we get all the way up to the point. She's probably 18, 19, 20. She's grown, but we still there. But then that's like you say, I can't be there all the time. What can we say or what can we do to help her or guide her into not making those compromising decisions? Like I said earlier, when the prize is right there past that line, that moral line that if I cross this, there's no going back. How do I keep her from not going past that line? And it's not, I'm not looking for an answer. It's just something that I do think about.
I don't think it's a correct answer for that, Legend. I think the thing is, you just have to keep instilling the right morals for your child.
Yeah.
Hope that he or she, it doesn't matter, make the right decision, because at the end, when they're grown, they're going to bump their head and they're going to make mistakes just like we make mistakes.
Right.
But it's how they come from them. And then it depends on what mistakes they made and what type of limelight they in. Because if they on that big stage, yeah, it's gonna be on social media. Yeah. You may get the be on the Steve Harvey show. You may get the Charlamagne the God or whatever the case may be, that outlet that's gonna blast it out there, TMZ. And then so a lot of times, a lot of people can't come back from that unless you have that big money. If you have that big money, it's gonna be blown away eventually. Nobody ain't even worried about it no more. But at that time, you will be in the limelight.
Yeah.
What would be blown away eventually?
What they done, whatever mistake they made. Oh, you won't hear about it anymore.
Are you hearing about Bill Cosby?
What's the last time? When the last time you heard about Bill Cosby?
Well, he in prison now.
Yeah, he in prison. But, but nobody's talking about it
But
anymore.
they still talking about R. Kelly. He in
prison because that's an ongoing thing.
Is he in prison? Oh, he just.
I think he in jail.
He in jail, but
whatever, he incarcerated.
Yeah, he ain't been convicted
of anything
yet.
Yeah, man, but damn, and listen, I'm R. Kelly fan.
I have to speak on it.
I'm a R. Kelly fan. Let's I'm a R. Kelly fan.
I wish R. Kelly would come out.
But no, I ain't never saying I'm going to let my daughter record with him. But I like his music, and listen, and this is an argument that I've been having for ages. The people that you work with day in and day out, you don't know what they do in their personal life.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So ain't none of us ever bought a R. Kelly CD, album, whatever, based on his integrity.
No, we did.
Right or wrong.
Not true.
Based on the music.
Yeah, based on bump and grind.
That's
But now I know though.
Now you know.
But now I know.
Now you know.
So you don't.
Okay, hold on.
So before I didn't know.
Okay, so at what point? Tell me when you were done with it. And be honest, because you know where I'm going. See, you already know. You hung yourself.
No. It was not. The evidence wasn't there with the tape, with the recording of him urination on the girls.
Okay, that's what it was.
That's when maybe I kind of really like, wait a minute, man. But the image was kind of hazy. It wasn't a clear picture. And so, okay, man, I was young, man.
Okay, but see, my
You don't play any of his music after that.
I was jamming it, man. I was like jamming on watching the video. That's
You was watching-
I was 20 years ago.
Now you telling on yourself.
You was watching
When I saw the clip.
Now, I ain't seen the clip. Downtown at the cone store. But listen. But no, listen. My thing is, if you were going to be done with R. Kelly for that, you should have been done when he married Aaliyah.
See, I didn't even know. I'm going to tell you right now. I thought I didn't know that was
Thought it was a hoax.
Yeah, I did. Because I gave him the benefit of the doubt. No way. 14 years old? Come on, man. Somebody
I didn't believe it either because you didn't hear the
did.
parents come out and say it.
Right. It was, now that one, if I would have been convicted like I am now about him marrying Aaliyah, I would have been done with him. Done with him back in the 90s.
But he haven't been convicted of anything yet.
Yeah, come on, man.
Well,
That dude is gone, man. His own brother, man. His own people.
Dude, do you know how many times people, family, that's the worst.
Yeah.
When they can't get what they want out of you, that is the worst.
Yeah.
They turn on you quicker than because they think that you, just because you got it, they supposed to have it.
I think it's a slam shut, man. It's a
I'm not saying.
I agree with you.
It's a-
I like R.
Listen,
Kelly, but I think he's gone this
He's
time.
gone.
Listen, this is my thing.
This ain't like Bill Cosby, man. I fight Bill Cosby. I feel like Bill Cosby.
Why? Because they had them pudding pops or what?
No,
You
no.
Cosby
I'm just
show,
saying,
I'm just
I'm just saying, man. I think it's much deeper than that with Bill Cosby.
Man, Bill was a freak too.
I'm not saying he wasn't, but I can't put it past people because of the fact that he wanted to buy, I think, one of them TV stations or whatever. Hey, man, I can't put it past, the higher ups.
The powers that be.
The powers that be, man, they got a lot of power. And I'm just saying,
this nigga
man,
Mike
just
said
trying to be too
got a lot of
powerful.
the force has a lot of power. But Bill Cosby, yeah.
Okay, so
I'm gonna hold out on
well,
it.
let me ask you this
I'm
real
gonna hold out
quick.
on
We kind of. Well, what's the difference with what's the rapper? The girl, she the big thing now.
Nicki or Cardi?
Cardi. And when she drugging men and robbing.
Right, it's a double standard world.
Double standard.
Double standard world. Because the man, just like with anything, when a woman hit a man, ain't nobody trying to hit it. That's why a man ain't finna say nothing. Because he's gonna be frowned upon, looked upon as weak.
Nah, I'm telling you.
Same thing.
Call him
I'll be that as
police.
me, be that as a me.
Yeah.
But I'm just talking about in general.
Yeah, put your
I'm
hands
talking
on
about in general, as far as society, how they look at that.
But why she's not under investigation?
Well, because my thing is, a lot of men ain't gonna mind her drugging them and then taking them to the room and
No.
No.
She was drugging them and robbing them.
Oh, drugging them and robbing them. I don't know the whole story. Okay, yeah, that.
But she admitted. She said it. That's how it came to light.
Okay.
She said it.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
man, it's so much more that we got. I already know what you waiting to jump in.
No, I'm good. I'm pacing myself.
Yeah,
King.
you pacing.
I'm pacing myself, man.
You pacing yourself.
I ain't finna overreact. I ain't finna jump strong, and I ain't gonna play my hand.
You ain't gonna play your own.
No.
Yeah, okay. But so my thing, on the R. Kelly thing, if he is guilty, let him serve his time. I just have such an issue with we are used as puppets because you had Harvey, whatever his name was,
Harvey Weinstein.
and then what's the dude they found dead in the cell?
Right.
But they going after them too, though.
But
Not hard enough. Not
it's
hard
not a
enough,
witch
man.
hunt. You don't see no documentaries being
Right,
made.
right.
And,
Because they own all the studios.
come on, man. Now, I mean, somebody can do it, and then you look at that was Sticks and Stones with Dave Chappelle.
Mm-hmm.
He said that woman want him to get up there and basically allow R. Kelly. So I don't even know R. Kelly. So here we are. So you have to look. I mean, of course, the old saying where it's smoke, there's fire, but
I think
how much is being fanned?
I think you really like step in the name of love,
Man, I like that, man. I even got some albums, man. I didn't even woke up and had a yellow sticky note, mute R. Kelly on it. And I turned it on and I jammed it in. Matter of fact, when we go break, we gonna jam some R. Kelly. But no, seriously, man, we got a ways to go, man. I know, like I say, Legend he been jumping at this, man. I know he got one that's real heavy for him. He want to talk, and I think what it was, that was his boy, and it kind of hurt him.
That's why I'm treating him that way.
Yeah, just like R. Kelly.
Is there any truth to that?
Now we gonna get into it. We'll be right back. We're gonna step away and take a break, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. All right, we back. Upper room.
Hey, what's up?
We are back. Fame and the cost of it. Hollywood, man, I mean, it sucked you dry, it seemed like.
Yeah.
No fun.
To the bone.
No fun. Okay.
Got a bunch of puns.
So do you really think there's such thing in Hollywood
That's what
as
she said.
what is called the Illuminati?
The who?
The Illuminati, go ahead.
Do you really think that's true? Or do you think it's just a myth and it's a saying, or somebody got a whole other word and just started using it?
I believe that there is a
society.
society
But not what they...
of people who are pretty much running the world banks. Of course, if you
It's the 1%.
right, and if you are part of that secret society,
But do you think it's a society in Hollywood though? Because that was one of the reasons Dave Chappelle left as well. Because he said when the last party he went to, when they were trying to get him to do like sexual gay things, he was like, I ain't with that. And it cost him losing a lot of money.
I believe it wholeheartedly.
Well, if you look at the 5 percenters, that's a wing of Islamic, and they have put 85%, and they talk about the 15%. I mean, even better than that, it's 1%. If you look at that 1% of the world, their wealth combined is greater than everyone else's.
Yeah.
So you're talking about 1% has more than the other 99% of the people.
Right.
That's crazy.
And they sitting in some little room somewhere making all the decisions.
Yeah.
Major decisions.
Well, and
that affects so many people.
I'm a Malcolm. I'm more Malcolm than Martin, but that was one of the things that Malcolm said about the mainstream and who was actually calling it, sitting in,
Right.
and what they were doing was affecting everybody.
I believe these people too. I believe because they have so much power, like in prison, you have people who dominate men and have sex with men, and some of it really don't have to do with them being gay. It's just a power move. And I feel like there's some sick, twisted individuals, not so much if you talk about the Illuminati, but if you just take a step down, these major producers, these people that's behind the scenes that own these recording places where they have so much power where pedophilia is running rampant. And man, they taking advantage of these guys. I don't know if y'all seen that documentary on B2K. I don't know if you ever heard. Yeah. And that it was a group back in the early part of 2000s, but they were getting sexually, or they were getting molested, and by producers or whatever. And I just feel like, just like you bring up the Illuminati, I feel like, yeah, man, there's a level of pedophilia.
Oh, yes, predators in all walks.
Oh, but it's deep in that. But I think they are focusing.
Because the cost of fame is, and people are more willing to do just to get that shot.
True. But okay, if you look at, but I guess to me, maybe because I'm black and I look at it at a certain lens, why you only see mostly black men playing female roles? When the last time have you seen a white actor or comedian play as a woman?
Well, I mean, it depends on what the movie is. I'm pretty sure it's a lot.
female roles
Oh man, but like
besides Tyler Perry.
we got oh man, you got Wesley Snipes dressed up as a woman.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
how
I mean,
long
it's all-
ago that was. But
It don't matter.
You have
But my point
Caucasian, you have
is,
Caucasian
But
actors
then
doing
with
the same
somebody
thing
else,
too.
with somebody else in there.
what? Yeah, a
Big-
Tu Wong Fu.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but-
you had a Mexican guy in there, you had
Yeah.
a Chinese guy in there, so it wasn't just a African American legend.
Right, but Martin does it too. Martin Lawrence.
No, but
Yeah,
those are characters that they create.
I don't think that we creating outside of Tyler Perry, but at the same time, it's very acceptable. My thing is, how come it's only
But do you
with black actors?
But do you think that was a role that they put on Martin Lawrence with the? I think he was a very successful entertainer.
He was.
He didn't have to do that. He could have said no. But I
He
think that
could've.
was a role that he probably got from Tyler Perry. He seen Tyler Perry did and was successful.
No,
And I can make a-
no, Martin did it before Tyler. Martin was
I
before.
thought.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
Martin
yeah.
in the early 90s, then came Tyler.
Oh yeah.
But then you gotta look at all the roles he did and the actors he did, like Sinead, all that was laughter and fun. Like I don't think nobody actually put that on him to say, hey, you gotta dress like a woman.
How we know that?
We don't know.
But how we know that? That's
But
what
I
I'm
think he
saying.
was
But if it was
successful enough.
across the board, wouldn't we see more? Well, I guess we can do it much better. Is that why? And that's why they give us those roles, or what? Allow us to have the roles, or present those roles only to
But
us?
I don't think they allow him to. That was his show, so I mean they ain't telling him to do that. I think the group and the cast he has say, "Hey man, I think this would be a
Man,
funny
I
deal."
know. I think that, man, there are some directors and producers, you know, it would be really funny if you just go and act like and dress like a woman. You know, I don't know if y'all remember this movie, Hollywood Shuffle. Y'all remember that with Robert
Oh, yeah.
Townsend? When he kind of gave some insight on how Hollywood is. Of course, he didn't focus, he didn't touch on the pedophilia and the feminization of our black actors. But to me, I think there are higher ups that, not the Illuminati, but yeah, there are people in places that are putting our black actors in these type of roles, and that stuff trickles down. It may not be overt, but it does trickle down into our mindsets where we think it's okay. And if you
No,
look at
the kids think it's okay.
okay, but that's the most important one. We can handle, we can separate and look at it as entertainment, but what if you got a 10 to 11, 12-year-old that's like, oh man, Martin's funny, blah, 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 that's what I want to be. And all of a sudden, yeah, society-wise, we look at that and we be like, well, okay, it's okay, he's just being funny, but there's some things going on behind the scenes where it can mess with his psyche and his emotions, and you don't know what them kids are dealing with. And I just think, man, even just, I don't know, man. I'm finna go too far, but I guess I will go too
Speak
far.
on it.
You know,
Speak on
it.
Speak on.
But yeah, I just feel like, I'm not gonna call it the Illuminati. I don't know what organization. I'll go with the LGBTQ community. I'll go. I've been waiting. Okay, I'm just right here. But yeah, it's not nothing against homosexuals per se, per person, but I do feel like that organization has a hidden agenda, and they
I'm
are
gonna take over.
they're recruiting.
Oh, well.
There's a recruitment.
Well, I mean, I do think that they.
I don't think they recruit, Lynn.
But no, I had to stop myself for what I was about to say.
Why you don't think they not?
I think they bring it in. They letting their own know that hey, it's okay if you be a part of this organization because we can fight for our rights, what we think is right for us. Not me per se. Let's get that shit straight. For their organization and for their group.
Well,
I don't think it's a hit. What's the hidden agenda? Nobody running for office.
Well, the problem is the problem is that it's everywhere now. You remember when we was growing up?
It's probably always been everywhere.
No, I'm talking about on TV. It's like they shoving it down your throat.
No pun.
But I
That's what
mean,
she said.
but seriously though, I mean, it's like it's here and we gonna force feed it to you. You gonna take it and you gonna like it.
And you know why we taking the king? Because we scared of a lawsuit. We scared to get labeled as a bigot. Let me give you an example. You in a restaurant. You and Mrs. Brown. Okay, so y'all in a restaurant and you see two gay guys making out. Okay, and a heterosexual couple over here making out. Which one do you think the manager's gonna go and be like, hey, we don't allow that first. I'm just saying both of them inappropriate.
I think they're gonna go to the gay couple first.
No, too scared. Too scared.
I think they'll go to the gay
Lawsuit.
couple first.
Lawsuit. I agree.
Why couldn't it be a lawsuit with me? I can sue too.
Heterosexuals ain't about to do that. We don't know.
Well,
you know,
well,
I mean, they're
for
not about
one-
to do that.
For one,
You wanna be labeled?
it's kind of hard to discriminate against what's natural. If you ever notice that whatever when they yell discrimination is something that's not natural. You know, when you discriminate against another human being, or I mean, it's a thin line. I mean, it's a fine line, but when you get down to that, it's. Let me hold that thought.
Yeah.
My Steelers just won. We just won
okay,
4 in a row.
all right.
Okay, but we just gonna get on that. Yeah, we gonna get on
Y'all
that.
in the same division with Baltimore.
Yeah,
though.
we need y'all to take care of that next week.
No, we got that.
You got that?
Yeah, we got
Did
that.
y'all play?
No, they had a bye week.
Oh,
Texas
we
had a bye week, so I really will be rooting for the Texans next week. But if they don't win, I'm calling up every Texan fan I know, Mr. Mark Matheny.
We
I
don't
know
need.
you watching.
We don't need that type of support.
We don't need this type of some
We don't
bad
need
weather.
that,
Okay, well that's all it
Since
is.
we going into
The only time I can
the Cleveland Browns won today too.
What?
Yes.
Who would they play?
Oh, the Bills.
Oh.
Right. Well, that helped.
And now we're in a playoff hunt.
Are you serious, Brian?
Yes, but let's get back to our show.
Yeah.
Can we get back to our
Yeah,
show?
we're gonna get back to it. But I mean.
Come on, man.
So I mean, it's certain people that you cannot piss off. I mean, Dave Chappelle spoke about it in Sticks and Stones.
Mm-hmm.
He said, you know, you don't want. Even I can take you back even further than that. Let's go way back to when we were children. When you remember when Eddie Murphy did the
Was it Raw?
Yeah, Raw.
But before that, Delirious. Remember he did the Woo.
Oh, yeah.
They was after his ass for that.
Yeah.
So you know they've been this thing been building up steam for a while.
But why? How come? Okay, so if the community, and I'm not just I feel like going through the LGBT
Yeah.
community, so I'm gonna just say the community. If they look, if they want the same rights, this is the problem that I have. And please, this is not an attack, okay, on homosexuality, but I have a problem. Gives me the red ass when you line up your struggle with blacks. That's a problem.
But
When you line up your struggle and
what is their struggle? Like where you?
well, they always want to line themselves up with, well, you know how blacks get treated
Yeah,
and discriminated
But
against.
but it's
you're
something
talking
totally
about
different.
Slavery.
Yeah, well, it's something totally different. So what it is, and the problem is, what you do is you latch on to the biggest thing. I want to compare what's been worse. You know, the worst thing in history or whatever. And you know, I'm sure that, you know, Jews, the Holocaust, they would try to debate that, but whatever. So, you know, that's what it is. It's just like, you know, if, you know, let's just say somebody walk in here right now from Interscope, say, we latch it on, right?
Right.
We going with it.
Don't
You
leave
see
me.
what I'm
Don't
saying?
leave me first.
Nobody
You got me though. We latching on.
Right.
So I mean, and that's what that is, man.
But do you really think they trying to latch on to something? I know you saying they trying to latch on to the blacks being treated unfairly, so y'all treat.
But that's
them
the
unfair.
example they're using, and it's not. I don't think that's an example that they can use.
Yeah.
I
agree with that.
It's not even close.
Yeah, it's apples to oranges.
Yeah, I mean,
It's something totally different. And you know, hopefully, at some point in time, we could move away from all of that, and just look at us being the human race. Hopefully, at some point, but when you start talking about sexuality, something that's two men being together is not natural.
no,
It's
I don't care
unnatural.
how you slice it.
Yeah, and I'm trying to, you know,
It's
because I don't.
behavior, man.
Yeah, so I mean, so when you get to that, and you don't, Man, take it before I.
This is my thing, man. I think that as the black community, we've been labeled as homophobic. We've been labeled that. And at the same time, homosexuality is actually growing
On the rise.
in the community. I had a coworker. He went to Southern's homecoming. I think it was last weekend or weekend before, and he was like, Merv. He said, I'm not exaggerating. At least 50% of the men were gay.
I can believe it. If you look
50%.
in the field we work in, it shocked me to see a male like with the female dance team. You know, because I've never seen that. And then like when you just made a point on about in the black community, you know, they say blacks are homophobic because as kids, our parents taught us that's not right.
That's right.
I don't know what the kids getting taught now because I see a lot of them
Tolerance.
Well,
now.
but that's
In the school.
society, though.
Right, but my thing is like
Times
Legend
have
was saying,
changed.
right? Because we was taught that in a way about that's you're not like that. You're a boy.
Right.
You know.
Right.
You're not going to play with your sister or your cousin girl toys. You don't. Let me go get you a Tonka truck.
Look, man, I feel like we all come to this earth with some issues from the jump. From jump. A lot of the stuff that we do, it ain't because of our environment. It ain't because of our upbringing. There's some things that we literally came to earth that I feel like, and this is just my personal spiritual thing, I'm going to go on just and talk about it. I feel like, hey, you came to earth, that's going to be your challenge. It's a behavior. And to me, when people, when they have these urges, whether it's pedophilia, whether it's homosexuality, or whether I like to do dogs and cats and chickens and whatever.
Bestiality,
Yeah, exactly. Whatever you got going, just because you feel good about it and it makes you feel whatever, that don't make it right.
So you don't think it's hereditary? Like they thought it's hereditary.
They we'll be getting up. Make sure you leave our upper room because they're gonna be sending up some messages to have to shut down.
Or they don't come out and pick us up.
But no, seriously, and this is not about homosexual, whatever your sexual preference is. It's not bashing.
No.
It's just that. It's just like that if. I was into S&M and I just, what if they started pushing that, and how would people feel?
And that's my whole thing.
Now, I understand where you're going, I understand. But to sit here and say that, he went to the homecoming, 50% was gay. I mean, but how do you know? Did you see him kissing another man, holding hand? Because, you nowadays, you
looking at how they dress.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. You look at these.
If he got his eyebrows done.
And they do a lot of stuff, getting they nails done and
I'm assuming my coworker is not just looking at the guy.
I don't think
because they wearing tight pants that they're gay. I just think he may have saw some activity.
But you look at a lot of the way they act and.
Perception is everything. Because we can look at
metrosexualism is running rapid too. I mean,
so do we keep moving that line then?
No, we don't move the line.
But we are as a society, we moving that line.
But it's just something that
allowing
without
having a bam. No.
But again, that comes from
the upbringing. Within the house.
Well, even with that, but even more so, society. What we're being fed through the airways was coming into our homes. What we're allowing to come into our homes through the TV, through the music.
Social media.
That's what's being pushed. So now it's coming to us, but it's coming from people who also had to pay a cost for this, who had to what's the word I'm looking for here? They had to sacrifice their own integrity to get that role, to get signed to that deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I mean, It just goes back to crossing that line. The line, not even crossing it. The line has been moved.
I mean, it's been
moved and it's steady being moved because again. We have fear. We scared of lawsuit. There's the elephant in the room. It's funny. We all can talk about this thing and be on the same page. But yeah, if we get around a certain group or be out in the public, or we all in public, we worldwide right now. We kind of like bite our tongue. Like, come on, man. You know, we keep doing that, but go ahead.
So I mean, but the thing about that is that again, what we're seeing on TV and in Hollywood, they're telling us that it's all right, and you know that's a big influence.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is in the household as well.
But I mean,
because the parents overlook it.
Oh, but the parents, so they're allowing that to come into the home, though.
Mm.
So listen, you married, you have your wife. Let's say y'all have 2 children, and one of them comes back. You have a 12-year-old son that comes back and tell you, "Mama, Daddy, I'm gay." Where did it come from? Because they're not seeing it. It's not coming from y'all.
Mm-hmm.
They're living in a home where it's a husband, a wife, a man, a woman.
Let me speak on it.
Go ahead.
Let me speak on it. A few years ago, we got a little time. We good?
Go ahead, man.
My son came out that he was gay, like 2 or 3 years ago, and it devastated me. I blame myself as a father. Where did I go wrong? What did I? No way. Then once I got past, I didn't get past the guilt. The next emotion came. I was embarrassed, and so, oh man, I mean, things came out of my mouth I regret today, and I ask for forgiveness, and we good. We so tight right now, but I had so many questions about, man, dude, I did everything. I was with him. I supported him. I did all this and that. And so I was like, what happened?
So the first thing you said was, where did I go wrong?
Where did I go wrong as a father? There's something that I missed. Was I not hard enough? Was I too hard? Was I, so it had you question. And I finally came to the conclusion, no, it had nothing to do with me. It had nothing to do with me.
It was a choice.
It was a choice that he made. A choice. That's the key word. Well, he's not locked in because that's behavior.
He wasn't forced.
But here's the thing, though. Even though that's my son, I still have what I believe, and he will respect it. For example, coming into my house, certain behaviors are not going to be displayed. I'm not going to allow. You know why? Because I'm raising my other children a certain way, and he has to respect that. We have some issues about, well, you're not respecting me. No. It's not about that. This is how I run my household.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it's going to be.
And what you do outside.
What you do on your own time, I still love my son the same. The love never left. Mm. And even today, we talk almost every other day. And we talk about real stuff and this and that. But he knows exactly where I stand. He tried to come with that, bigotry and daddy just blah, 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 blah. I said, you can save all that. You can miss me with that. Because I'm not crossing that line. And I have a mandate as a father. We don't raise, if that's the case, if we just let our kids just go whatever they want to do, what's the point of me be that? Yeah, I got to do my job and do my best to raise him to be a man. There are some times where they're going to go left. But we can't give up in society and be like, oh, well, they have their own choice. No, then what's the point of a father even being there? Let them raise themselves.
Right.
Man, let me say this, and we need to go to break. And if you got something you want to say, I'll go ahead and let you.
No, but my thing is like, that's what we were back when we was talking about with my niece in the dance class. We only can do so much.
Right.
Because when they go off and they're on their own, it ain't nothing that we can do. Right. And it's my first time ever hearing that, and I've been knowing you for years. But the thing is, when they go off to wherever, college or whatever, they may want to experience things, whether it's drugs, whether it's sex or crime or whatever the case may be, and that may be something that's fulfilling them and they want to continue to do it. Right. Even though we know you wasn't raised that way.
Right.
So where the hell that come from?
But here's the thing, those things that you name, they know innately and deeply that they're wrong. It's just that homosexuality is a little different because society wants to make that,
it's okay.
That's okay. And I'm like, no, I'm going to put that all with that same behavior as I have a taste of murdering people. I have a taste of raping people. I have a taste. It's the same thing. You got to fight that. Yeah, I think they have given up the fight and just want people like, hey, that's the way God. No, you're supposed to work on that in this lifetime. It may take you a lifetime to get it fixed, but oh well.
Well, let me say this, and like you said, this is my first time hearing it, and you know, it's something that I've always thought about. What if one of my sons,
Right.
you know, came and you know, as a father, I always said, shit, man, I think I'd rather him to, I can go and run somebody over,
Yeah.
kill it than that.
Right.
And so I'm like you with that is that okay, certain things at the end of the day you're gonna love your child.
Yeah.
You know you know, as a parent, you go through ups and downs with your children, and you know a lot of stuff they do you're not gonna like, and whatnot. And a lot of stuff we do they're not
They
gonna
don't
like,
right.
and so it's a vice versa thing. But you know, at the end of the day, we have to accept them for who they are.
Right.
But, and it is a but, you check it when you come. When you go to somebody else's house, you follow their rules.
That's right.
And that's just what it is.
That's it.
That's just what it is. It's just like if I come to your house and, you know, your wife has a thing about, well, I don't want nobody walking around my house with shoes on.
Right.
I gotta take my shoes off when I come in there.
Right.
You know?
Don't come in.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. So I don't want to do it, but shit, I ain't coming over there.
Right.
And that's my choice.
Right.
You know, and so.
But we getting harassed for that though, Cleve. We are. Like you can't. I guarantee you, we're gonna get some, and that's some bigotry, that's some discrimination, blah blah. But how come I can't stand up for what I believe in and not get harassed?
Right.
Well, but that is what Hollywood is. That is what they're pushing right now.
I just media, all of it.
Well, I mean, the mainstream, and that's because it's profit now.
Yeah.
And so I know that, like when you remember when Power came out and what's the other?
Empire.
It came out. It was like, which one better? So I used to watch. But then when I gotta say Power better, and that was just me. And it is no. Listen, it is no shot at nobody. But man, I haven't watched that since I seen I think the first Kiss.
Hey, at
It's
first,
too much for me.
It was too
at
much.
first I was tolerating it, but then it got to the point I was telling my wife, I was like, hey, this enough.
But you know
'Cause
what?
It's too much.
But you know what? Listen, as graphic as the sexual scenes were, remember back in the day, you couldn't even, a man and a woman, they wouldn't even put that on TV to be that graphic.
No.
You know, they knocking over lamps and pushing everything off the table.
We get it.
Exactly.
We get it.
So, I mean, but
A
listen,
peck on the cheek is good enough.
but you know, at the end of the day, it's not a shot at anyone's sexuality, and it's just like again, if I was into a certain thing, if you know, let's just say for example, let's just say you're a freak, okay?
That I am.
But he's the fruit.
Okay.
Well, we got a lot of puns, man.
Okay, that's
We
why I
in
put that on.
the
That's why I put that on here. But let's just say that if that's what you into, it shouldn't be just okay that you're pushing that on up, man. You got to you see what I'm
You
saying?
got to get into these animals, man. It's on, man.
Yeah, I didn't say
Hold on.
that.
Nobody's into animals.
I wasn't saying
Okay,
you are. I was saying
okay.
We need to go to break,
With
man.
that being said, we're gonna go.
Hold on, before we go, tell them what we need them to tune in to
Okay.
on our break.
Okay.
Talking about some damn.
I didn't say you were into the animals. I was just saying
Listen.
in general.
We're gonna go to break. During break, please sign into the Station Head app. Search the Upper Room. We jamming. We have all kind of music for you to listen to while we're on break. So take a break with us. Listen to the music. You know, come back. Tell us what you think, and we'll go from there. So we'll be right back. We back. Upper Room. Pretty controversial topic, and we kind of took a turn that I really didn't want to take, but here we are.
We here.
Yeah. So Fame and the cost. You know, we just kind of touched upon some of the things that are pushed into our living rooms through TV, radio, what have you. And it's because that actors, entertainers compromise themselves for fame, I believe. It's so now, again, you know, it's what's being shown, and you go back 50 years ago, and what was being shown, you had you know, shows, Leave It to Beaver, whatever, you know,
Right,
Dad
right,
coming home with
right,
the lunch
right,
pail after a
right.
hard day's work.
Right.
Now,
Right.
you got two dudes getting busy in the studio.
The sexiest thing they had was Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah,
That's about
the,
it.
the dress blow up.
That's
But anyway,
Yeah.
so
I'm happy to be your neighbor.
Uh-oh.
one of the things that, and listen, we really would like, this is last segment of this show, we really would love to have somebody call in, give us your view.
How can they call in?
I'm about to post the link. All they have to do is click the link.
And what about on Facebook?
That's on Facebook.
Oh, the Be Live.
Yeah,
and
that's the
Station
Be Live.
Head
Yeah.
app?
Now, if you want to go on Station Head, you can go to the app. If you don't want, no one to see who you are, you can go there and we can bring you on live that way. But
Did y'all script that? Y'all just, that's right on your dome impromptu?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because we want to make sure, the people that sponsor
that was
pay the
cool.
bill.
I just felt like I was left out. I didn't know about that part. I was like, man, they got their own thing, so.
no.
We would never exclude you.
No.
What did King say early? If who you said what company they gave me a deal? We
Yeah.
come
We all come along, man. We all in this together. But so we want to get some callers in. Once I give it away to Freak and to the Legend, I'm gonna get to posting everything, and we'll go from there. But fame and the cost, I think it's kind of ironic with everything that's going on, and I mean we got to touch on this one. We got to.
Good, hit it.
We got to talk about.
Hit it.
We got to talk about Tank, man.
Came
We got to talk. We got to talk about.
He's
Tank.
a result of all this.
He's a result.
He's a result of the movement.
So you think
Now,
that?
you can't put all this
so
on.
you think that at some point somebody took him in and said, "Look, you want to go ahead and you want to make it into this industry." Is that what you're saying?
Well, I think that was already done. Just the simple fact that he has the boldness and the confidence to even go there and then justify it as if, like,
Ain't nothing wrong.
what?
Just
Well,
go-
Everybody does that.
No, I don't
bro,
think
everybody
that's
do
not
it.
what
Well, I think he said it's a cutoff on how many times you do it.
he didn't even say that, man.
No.
Click on it then.
The man said if another man does whatever fellatio,
No.
and he said if they do it 2 times, maybe they'll consider gay.
No, he said. I think he said if he do it to that don't make him.
Is that the formula? Is that?
I don't know what the
is it one-
I don't know what the hell the formula is. But my point being is just because he made a statement, he wasn't saying that. Oh, you stand out of it. He wasn't saying that he was gay or he's pushing for someone to be gay.
No, he's not. But when you have a required amount, when you
And
feel
he has
like,
influence.
I mean,
But we got rappers
So-
out there that came out and said they was
Right.
gay.
True, and they have influence, and that's why you have a bunch of children now that's identifying as that. Because listen, when Charles Barkley said, "I am not a role model," he's not, but he has influence. It may be a difference, but you have influence. How many times did you go to the basketball court and said, "What was you when you made a move? What you say, Magic, Jordan, whoever?" You see what I'm saying? So it's an influence.
And you can't influence me to be gay.
no, you can't.
Maybe
You wanna
not
know why?
because we weren't raised like that.
Not so
It's
much
a-
race.
It's a different
You don't
era.
have that issue.
Well, it's a different era.
It is, but he don't have that
But it-
issue. That's why Otis can look at it like that and be like, man, look here, you can have
Can you
a rule,
pull up
a
the
rule
actual
full
statement
of,
that he made? I mean, can you go on one of your
You want me to pull it up?
and pull up what he said? He did not say that. Or if you do it 2 times, you're not gay. He didn't mean it like
The simple fact that you have a number one. What he's doing is he's like, okay, I've done it once.
that. He never said he done it. He didn't say he did it.
He don't
Legend.
have to say it.
You just you
He
cannot
came
do
up with
that.
a number. He said what? Two equals gay. Less than 2, not gay. So he has a formula.
Legend, you just said he said.
It is. R&B singer Tank says sucking beep doesn't make a man gay.
Oh man, well that's even worse because at least he had a cutoff. Well, he felt like
It was 2 times.
2 times, 2 times.
But we got the conversation. Y'all want to try to see what
Let's tune into the conversation.
Oh Lord, what up? It's Lip Service. I'm Angela Yee.
I'm
Lip
Kiki
service.
Dwyer. I'm Stephanie Santiago.
I'm L'Oreal. And Tank is here.
And I'm Tank.
Yes, he already started
Good
recording. We have to change him down to the seat because we don't want him acting nothing up.
I just have long legs. You
Look at these. These are
For our viewers, this is the first time we brought in another interview on our
finally
show.
came out with like the male version of a woman's jeans. You know what I'm saying? Like
With some-
for
with
a
some-
man,
with
get
some
some
stretch.
give in this thing. So I can really.
No, that Mary G. Zoo.
trying to find
The Mary G got stretched.
I feel like right now women get the short end of the stick if we don't forgive a guy. So what would you say men cheat for and
I ain't gonna give my wife a
Based
short
on a
end.
need
No,
that
not
we
first.
fail to provide. So we'll get into that. But I feel like women.
That I just learned that you guys were, that long.
But I was watching Channel 35. I'm from Manhattan.
Dash. I was used
We're
to-
trying to get to the actual
Yeah, he was
state.
so
Oh, start to
we found out
10
about
more.
that.
Yeah, we have to think.
I hear what he's saying.
We
He's
know.
not a liar. He just lied twice.
Doesn't that make you a liar?
No, because I've done construction a couple times, but I'm not a construction.
But you can always go back to doing construction.
That's
No,
Okay.
that's not I go back. I mean, I just did. I held the sign.
Let me ask you this: if you stop singing, right, does that mean you're not a singer no more?
See what you're
But you
confusing. No, you're confusing the two because you're insinuating that he once was a liar. Right? So he's maintained that he's never lied. That's never been his position.
Only
right?
about women.
Only
Okay, so okay.
those 2 times about those 2 girls.
So let's say a guy sucked a dick one time.
Jesus Christ.
Does that mean that? What does that mean? Say twice.
Right there, he called on the Heavenly Father.
He called on me.
Because he called him out.
Twice. Does that make
Am I gay?
No. Here's the thing. Okay. So,
I just sucked a dick twice.
And this is twice as excessive. Okay.
Once is acceptable, but 2 is success.
He sucked the dick once, right? And then he's like, I'm not sure if I liked it or not.
Let me
what I'm
try
saying?
it.
So he tried again because that wasn't
And
a
then
good
said, you know what? It's not for me. Don't like the taste. You see what I'm saying? So
Don't like the
he-
taste.
All right, that's enough on that one.
So go ahead. So if it tasted good,
Like say, man, look. Come
I'm
on.
just saying.
Come on.
He said, hey, it didn't taste good. So so if it tasted good, will we move on to 3 and 4?
So if a female have sex with another female and she decides she
Ooh,
don't have sex with
I was gonna get in on that because that's more acceptable.
how is it accepted? Is she gay?
Because we are
Is she gay?
perfect. But no, yeah, she gay, but it's because
It is.
it's because Hollywood are run by men, perverted men, and let me tell you something. If let's put a 55 inch on the screen right now, and let me start flipping the channel. And let me flip to a scene where on Empires is 2 men kissing.
Oh,
You're gonna be like,
right,
man, turn that shit.
right,
But
right.
let me flip
To 901.
and whatever, I don't know what it
Sex
is.
shop.
Girl.
And somebody, and 2 women over there kissing and touching.
Ain't nobody.
We gonna hold it. Ain't nobody gonna say that.
Ain't nobody
Oh,
doing nothing.
I ain't gonna hold it. I'm gonna put the remote down.
Well,
The freak may say turn it up.
yeah. Well, nah, but my studio manager might tell us what she gonna tell us the term, but right here,
Right.
we own that.
Right.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I mean, it's a double.
It's double standard, man.
Yeah.
And I don't mind the double standard.
You know, when it come to that.
Long as it's 2 women.
Right. It's not as what's the word I want to
Excessive?
use? Oh man, it's just not as not intimidating is the word, but it's just that man, dude. It's just not. Look, man, it's a double standard. Man. That's all I got to say.
So-
I'm a hypocrite. I'm just being honest. Okay.
And I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
I can-
So are
yeah.
you saying that Tank is gay?
Oh, no doubt.
Man,
But
listen,
he ain't the one that sucked the penis.
but we don't know
But
that.
his mindset,
Yeah.
he approves of it.
Yeah.
He has a formula
Dude,
of approval.
Now, if you on a talk show, before I put you on the spot, let me put myself on. If I was on the talk show and they asked me that, I'd be like, man, don't even ask me no bullshit like that. Next question. I can't speak on that.
Right.
You
Right.
talk to somebody who knows something about it.
He entertains it.
Yeah, I ain't finna even entertain
But
that.
see, and it's crazy because me and the King had a talk
Was it last night?
last night, and he was like, no offense to you, Z, he was like, but he said if I was talking to, and I'm just gonna use you as an example. He said if I was talking to the Legend, and he said the Zeke was talking about another dude and this doing that, an inappropriate conversation. I'm not gonna say gay.
Yeah,
He was
don't
like,
say that.
I'm just gonna assume that Zeke
Yeah.
gay too.
Right.
Yeah.
If
And
you
for the
entertain-
record, I am not gay. We just using that as an example.
I think we all know the freak
Yeah.
is not gay. You didn't have to go there, freak. We all know.
Why you looking
Nah,
at
I didn't say that, man. I'm just drinking my drink.
But Tank,
Yeah.
he's very comfortable in his skin.
But that's Hollywood. Man. Hollyweird is what they call it
He's
because
very
it's
comfortable.
a
And
lot
to
of
me,
it going on.
when you talk about the influence, like you said, look, don't bother me. Yeah, we could have probably a room full of, 10 gay men just doing all kind of stuff and it wouldn't move you. You don't have that issue. But what if you have a 12, 13, 14-year-old teenage guy who's battling? That's my thing.
They
Who
gonna
can
use it.
still be influenced?
And then you see Tank almost puts out in a certain way like it's
Yeah,
okay.
there ain't nothing wrong with it. Don't mean
Well,
you gay.
I think with kids, if like you said, if they was in the room, if they was the elephant in the room, and they see that, the curiosity is gonna be how far they gonna go with it. Are they really doing that? Dang, is that okay? Nobody's saying nothing, so they may take heed. Of,
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
got an
saying.
interest in it. Let me try it.
Because you know why? We can't say nothing. Because if we say something about it, then we criticize.
Discrimination, and here comes the LGBT.
Yeah, the police. And they're all over us.
Yeah,
So
and they're
that's
protesting in front of West House.
so. So that's why you think it's a big issue in the schools too.
Oh, no doubt,
That you
man.
have, because I see in a couple of your notes, like you have students that's portraying to want to
It's
be
a
like that
fad.
because it's a.
It's a fad.
Nah, I go
It's in
with it.
style. They're not even
Well,
gay.
because you think about how many people who, and we'll talk about this one off air, because something I touched upon last night, but you see people, 1 minute they are, next minute they not. But before they weren't.
They're battling.
Yeah. But are they battling, or is it just I don't want to be in style? Hell, it's just like getting the
It
man.
depends,
It's
though.
almost like getting the new Jordans now.
No. If they grown, no.
But it's almost like getting the new Jordans now.
Yeah, but I think-
I agree with the Legend. I think you, and I don't have anything about the gays, trust me, because I have family members.
That's bad in itself.
Well, Mark just said that you was gay.
Hey, Weenie, my wife is gonna reply to you, buddy. But anyway, my thing is, speaking on what the Legend just said, if they came out while they was grown, that was something, the issues that they was battling with. But now, like how you two are saying is okay in the community, now I can come out. Because only people I'm surprised is my close friends that I grew up with, who may have never assumed or knew that I had these tendencies in me back in the day, because I had to play that hard image or whatever the case may be.
But now, again,
And when you gay, fuck you.
again, society makes that okay. Because they push it in our home as, this is what's going on. Right. It's okay to be this. Right. You can't be criticized for it. Right. So we're going to push it in our home, and it's okay to do this.
I would love for the LGBTQ community to.
No, we ain't. I don't know if we ready for that.
This is what. No, I would love for them to pull a youngster to the side when they do.
You want to bring one on the show?
No. we could do that. But I would love for them to possibly talk to a young teenage kid who's battling and not recruit him. How about push him to go the other way? How can be like, you know what, man, you may want to kind of, you know, work on being more hetero, because I think that, I guarantee you that's not going
Why
on.
would they do that?
Now I have a
But
question.
that's my point.
I have a question.
It's just
That's
like
my point.
saying them coming to talk to one of us and us talking about, man, why won't you go be gay? It's not gonna happen.
I have a question for the legend. You just said, the king just said, should we bring one on? You was talking about the LGBT, what's it called?
LGBTQ community. It took me a while to get
All
that
right.
to practice.
So we brought
That's
one
a lot.
on once for you to be able to interview along with us, and brought him on twice for you to be able to interview him with us. Would that consider you as considering being gay?
No,
Just because you interviewing them, nah.
Well,
I'm just trying to get some- I'm just trying to get some insight.
As a matter of fact, they gonna sit on that side over the. Nah, I'm just oh God, I'm sorry. I said I'm joking. I'm joking. But no, serious. And I wouldn't have them because really,
It's not that gay,
That's what
Chappelle.
more. Man, you keep up most.
Chappelle said it best, man. How come we can crack jokes on every whites, blacks, Chinese, but we crack jokes and everybody has a level
On the
talk.
community.
The moment you talk about the LGBTQ community,
Did you put the T on there?
yeah, that's
Okay.
the LGBTQ community.
What's the Q? Oh, queer. Okay.
Lesbian, gay,
Gay,
LGBT,
transvestite.
Bye.
trans, and then queer.
Queer.
Oh, yeah, queer, LGBTQ.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what we talking.
Yeah.
But so I mean, I would. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
We want to even have that conversation? I mean, we
I
do,
do.
but man.
Oh, I do. I do. I would love.
But
if,
I
if there's
want-
anybody in the community.
But this is what I want to say.
Messages.
I don't want some little 18 or 20.
No. I want an established
Yeah.
community member that's been in
They gotta
the
be
movement
established.
for a while. Not nobody that just
One
young,
or 2
but not-
years experimenting.
I like the fact that we keep going 1 and 2.
So the fame and the cost that they play in Hollywood and you know what they compromise for it, and then it comes to our home, and I hate to say this, but it corrupts, because it is not just that. We have violence that comes in, you know, whether it be gangster rap
Yeah.
or American Gangster.
And we've
or,
touched on it with the same level of intensity we got now.
and so, but you know, and my thing about this is, you know, I'm old school, and so when it comes to it, you know, an apple is an apple, orange is orange, and like what was that on? Was that Malcolm X when they'll say I don't dance unless I hear music, I don't laugh unless I hear a joke, and that's just what it is. So whatever I see, that's what I say. Yeah,
Right.
and so it is what it is. So if you don't like it, then don't bring it around me, because I'm gonna say, and I have nothing against, you know, my always has gay friends. And you know, I've seen them, and I've been around, but they know not to mess with me. You know, don't even play with me like that. 'Cause I don't play like that.
Right.
You know, so, but, and I don't have an issue with your lifestyle. I just have an issue when you try to force me to like. I don't have to like it. I can accept it, but I don't have to like it.
Right.
There's a difference, right?
Exactly.
And it's the same thing that we see with Hollywood and everything. It's just like, but look, if you want to go see Harriet Tubman, I don't want to see him. I'm tired of Slade. I'm tired of it.
It actually was a good movie, King.
Yeah,
I want to see it myself.
off of camera, we'll talk about the issues that I have with it.
I got a feeling I know what you're going with it.
Okay, yeah.
But the message was still powerful.
So
And I
what's the
think
message?
next,
Well, I mean, it's the
Now-
same message that's been in the history books.
now I think so. Next Saturday, we'll talk about this off. You free next Saturday? You don't know?
Oh no, yeah, we'll talk about it.
Okay, we'll talk.
You may have to go to the corner store.
Yeah, I need the cold stove with you. But
So you own it now, or you just?
I don't know. At least that's what I'm saying about. Listen. Let me ask you this. Then we have to get ready to close this thing up.
Good, bro.
Would you now? If Zeke came to you and said, "Legend, I got a job for you. $35 an hour. You got to be doing. You got to do this and that." You go, man, get the fuck out. Now, and I'm not saying I'm just using it. And so when you looking at this situation, look at the other people who went down this road.
Right.
But then when I show up and say,
It's gonna be a contract.
Put that number down.
yeah, and I do that, I write that 10 million down over 3 years, it makes it it makes it hard.
But you ain't giving them all the details that comes with the job.
Well, even if I did, it still makes 10 million versus 35,000.
What they say? Money talk.
Yeah.
Bullshit run a marathon.
So
And you don't know how you're gonna
you
feel.
pay the cost for that thing. What do you give up?
And the legend said it in the beginning of the segment. You're giving up your integrity.
$10 million, man. And you bring up a good point. Because, you know, you can really take care of your family for generations.
And don't worry about what people have to say about you.
If I'm going to get on this cross, okay, I'm going to get on this cross. If I'm going to get talked about and blah, 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 $10 million. At the same time, yeah, well, you.
So it's a sacrifice.
It's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice. Yeah, I mean that adds a whole new element to it when you talk about the money part.
Well,
The amount.
But does it make you happy?
Oh no, you if you're doing something
you're still
right.
miserable.
Right, you
You're still living with
compromise
that.
your morals. You've compromised your everything. You've compromised. And
can I say this one thing, a code that I've always lived by, and you know we know each other, and we know what we were involved in, and you know within lives and stuff, and you know we did dirt and stuff. You know it was a lot of times that it might have been a situation where I didn't necessarily agree with how you were feeling, but you knew I was with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And there was plenty of times that we were in situations where we would have someone who was, and I would be with them, but you knew you could come talk to me and I could talk them down.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
You had that relationship.
Yeah. So I was so. My thing is, I've always been like this. Money over everything except for 3 things. My family, my relationship with God. And when I say God, I'm not talking about Christian, Muslim, and God.
Right.
My family, God, and my manhood. 3 things that I would never sacrifice for money. And that's just me.
You gotta live with yourself.
Exactly.
You gotta live with yourself.
Anything else,
You gotta look in the mirror every day.
anything else, I feel that if I do it, I can make it right. Let me tell you something. If somebody come to me right now and say, listen, we want to sign you to
Make the number good.
I'm gonna get. That's what I'm
Make the
gonna
number
do.
good.
I'm gonna a 6-year deal for $200 million. But what you need to be a solo act. You need to lead them. And you know what I'm gonna say, Simon? Because you know what I'm gonna do. I got you. And I hope that neither one of y'all would be that stupid to turn it down.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But see, but you know how society will put that though. Not cutting you off. West signed this deal and he left his dude.
Exactly.
But you don't know how I'm gonna bring him into this.
Yeah, and they don't see nine.
I can bring him under my umbrella.
Yeah, or they don't see nine that you living in this $2.5 million house. Your wife driving a Bentley or whatever. Watch your smile when I say. Oh yeah.
She into her studio production.
But you see what I'm saying? So we don't want to pass up that, because whether it's on paper or not, you're coming along anyway.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna be one of them men just like be out there. No.
Yeah.
I come in. You come into some capacity.
But a lot of people that been through that situation, like with the Eazy-E story, a lot of them don't look at it like what you're saying. Eazy-E came into all his money, but you living good, but we not eating. So that's when you have the controversy and stuff like that. So I can understand it on that side. That you know what, we gotta push you to make it, but what about us? Eminem was pushed to make it, but he still took care of 50 Cent.
They just go.
I give you one better. Look at New Edition. Ralph would not. Yeah.
But none of them.
No, he would not lead them with much as they tried to do.
But that's the heart of it, man.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with dollar signs or anything, like media influence, anything like that. It's just how
The
that
heart of a man. And that's what they say.
Wired on the inside.
That's what they say. Come down the heart of a man and the soul of a woman, right?
Yeah.
But
What we got?
we got Weenie.
Since nobody want to call in, we gonna answer some of these messages.
told me I was stupid. He said he would leave y'all, and cause y'all dead weight. You want to get that one, studio?
But look, this the same guy that wanted to come on our show.
Yeah.
But the main producer of the show told him no. So now he's gonna attack all of us so he can come on the show. But guess what, Weenie?
I like Weenie.
You're not coming.
Hey, Weenie controversial, man.
You telling me to bring him
I
on?
like Weenie.
I told you to bring him like a court justice.
I like Weenie, man.
We had him and Ivan Jesus.
Oh,
they both been lobbying to get on the show.
Boy, man, we didn't bring them on, dude.
Man, well, we might have to bring them on video.
Yeah.
But they still on.
Yeah.
Weenie, why don't you tune in? You scared? Come on in.
But no, but seriously, man, I think that it's a huge cost that is paid for fame, and it not only affects the person, but it affects the people. It affects the people who follow and look up to these entertainers.
Yeah.
Whether it be sports, music, movies, or whatever.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, you're gonna pay a cost for anything you do. Whether you working, busting your butt to take care of your family, because when you do that, you're not there. Your children growing up without you.
Right.
And in a lot of situations, in some situations, you hope that that's all that's happening. So it's it's a sticky situation to say the least. So with that being said, man, let's get some closing thoughts on this thing. Let's get you, because we're gonna come back to you, and you're gonna close us out correctly.
My closing thought on this situation is that sometimes you got to be careful what you ask for, because fame ain't everything that you want. My sister, and it's crazy, my play sister Sean, and my mother once told me, you can't give something to somebody that they can't give back to you in return in the same estimate or value. Meaning, if somebody asks you for $25 and you gave them $25 and you ask them for the same $25 back the next day, the price of that being, they may say, well, can you wait till next week, or can you wait a month? But when they ask you for the money, you was able to give it to them on hand. So sometimes you have to watch how you plan with your life, plan with the decisions you make, and plan about the things that you want to get out of life. Because being rich ain't always being rich, because being rich, you almost come up as being poor.
No doubt, Z. Basically, man, don't compromise your morals, your integrity for fame and success. You know, there has to be a line that you don't cross in your life. And you once you establish that line, don't cross it for nothing or nobody. It's not worth it. There's no shortcuts to gaining the proper success that you're looking for. If you do it the right way, God will guide you and put you in the place that where you belong. The problem is that we lose our faith, we get impatient, and so that's when the shortcuts and then the compromising comes in. Continue to do things the right way, and it may not happen immediately, but it will eventually happen, and it happens in the right way.
Let me say this and jump off subject, man. And I don't get me wrong, I appreciate each and every one of y'all who've stayed the course with us tonight. But I was wondering why my dear friend Mr. Marcus Tyler was still on here with the Cubs. I knew the Cowboys were losing because you were still on. I'm gonna go
Did the
ahead.
Cowboys lose?
No, they losing. The game ain't over, but they are losing.
Whoa!
They are losing. So I knew it was a reason why you was still here.
He's a loyal follower, though. Wes.
Yeah, but I done seen him say some really nasty things to us because the Cowboys was getting to come on. But now that they 4-3 and not 3-0 no more, you know things change.
Okay, all right.
Things change. But listen, no. Let's say this is all fun, man. You know that he's still on here. He just said, "Well said, Murray." He's still on here. But listen, he know I love him. That's man. You know that's like my little brother, man. He know I love him, but
He said y'all was like Batman and Robin.
yeah,
you was Robin.
we know better than that. We know better than that. I ain't gonna even go in there. We'll talk about that out there. I ain't gonna put. But listen, don't compromise who you are for fame. That's my advice. Not true enough. I'm not making hundreds of millions of dollars, but don't compromise yourself. don't compromise yourself.
Back at you, man.
Thank you. Man, look, I'm so glad for my sister-in-law. She got that. I ain't got to say that. She on it. And before I get into anything else, man, I want to give a special shout out to Miss Dominique Brown, who really makes, believe it or not,
Yes.
she makes all of this go.
Yes.
She makes
Yes.
all of this
She keep us in line,
go. And that's Mr. Z's better half, and I have to remind him when he get out of line with it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So we riding with her. So she take care of us, and she makes sure that everything is all right. And believe it or not, we mess up a lot, and then a lot more than what y'all see, and she brings us back. So we definitely want to thank her. But like I said, man, is it 13 or nothing Vikings? Well, man, you own it, man. Let's go for it. But listen, so I mean, you don't want to compromise, who you are, as a person, your values, and whatnot. So, with that being said, we're gonna thank some people, then we'll come back and get, one little parting shot. But let's go ahead and thank who we need to thank. All right.
Hey, before we close out, I want to give a big shout out to my brother-in-law, Mr. Joshua Wells. They won the Tiffy Sophomore Championship this past weekend. The LaPorte Texans, congratulations to you all. I want to give a big shout out to my family as well as to my wife. This is our 2 month. We've been married for 2 months now. We still holding strong. We can't surpass the West family. West, out of all our brothers and our graduates, I think him and his wife have the longest run in marriage. But to our sponsors, we want to give a big shout out to Artifacts Films, Bench Bullion, Busy Bee Cabs, Diversity Realty, I always get that mixed up, Elephant 7 Salon, Era Vintage, Fortray Photography, HempWorks, Ground Zero Blog, Kitty Campus Daycare, LC and the 30th Street Jazz Band. That's the Legend's father band group. The Legend plays in that group as well on the it's the bongos, correct?
That's right.
The bongo. Oh, back to hey,
And I sing too.
and you sing.
And rap.
But let me go
I'm a
back.
country rapper too, man.
And your country. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Hey man, I can do the Charlie Daniels band, man. The Devil Went Down to Georgia. I mean, right off the dome, man.
Would you like to perform that
We
on
can do
one of
that
our
on the
shows?
next show.
Well, you know what?
We'll be coming in.
But you know, I thought about that. We need to get a show where we bring in
Bring it out
people
of
that's
town?
trying to not
Okay.
people that are trying to break into the business.
We can do that. They gotta come correct.
Well, you would come in, but I mean your time to pass. But go ahead.
All right.
Okay.
Want to give a big shout out to Ediblicious Treats. And I have to go back to HempWorks. It's not weed, but
It's close.
it's close. Need to give a big shout out to Maduro Cigar Lounge. That's one of our locations that we do a live podcast at. Pack Tech, Pat Wild Wings. Be sure to test that out. The King gave the address and all that information to them.
Quays.
I'm not done yet.
Oh,
Legend.
damn, my bad.
Damn.
Oh, okay, I messed you up.
Okay, I want to give a big shout out to Picture Perfect Photography, Tommy Napoli Health and Nutritional Chef, the Tours Alumni Association, Unveiled Aspiration, Jack Quiz. That's another one of our launch spots when we do our law broadcast and podcast. Want to also give a shout out to myself and my wife. We got our own YouTube channel called Meek and Zeke. We put shows up every now and then, so we're going to give a little credit to that as well.
Oh, shout out
PG.
PG.
Oh,
Okay.
PG. Okay. All right. Family show.
Right.
Family show.
Close on.
We don't know about
Close
you.
on. Yeah, I mean.
Close on.
Close on. Hey, shout out to my daughter, man. She killed it today, man. She won. She got like 3 or 4 scholarships, man. She got
Whoa.
Kids Cast, man. She killing it, man.
That's
Yeah.
what's going on. So. When we coming back? We coming back next week?
We gotta talk about
We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk
We're
about
gonna talk about it.
Hey, and before we get off the air, we also on a lot of social media pages. Y'all can follow us on Facebook, Upper Room. We also have another Facebook page, The Upper Room. They all tied into one. That's The Upper Room is our Upper Room is our podcast show. We're on Instagram. The Upper Room is all ran together. We're on YouTube. The Upper Room. This show will be posted up probably sometime next week. We're also on Twitter at Upper Room 19. You can email us at theupperroom409 because that's where we're from at gmail.com. We still need y'all to tune into the Station Head app. We kind of broadcasted that today before we went on our break. Anytime we go on a break, we really will appreciate if y'all log into the Station Head app just to listen to us throughout the break and then come back on. We do our live feed. That's how we pay our bills. That's how we can keep our contract with Station Head. If we don't do that, you won't have us.
Man, so you got anything?
Man, I said what I have to say.
Who makes our banner?
Someplace on Broadway. Dallas.
Damn, legend.
All right. With that being said, man, I personally want to give a shout out to all the Dallas Cowboy fans.
Did they lose?
No, they're losing. Mark Tyler, Kerry Bell, Cornell Jackson, John Robinson,
Malcolm Moore?
Isaac Benefield,
Mondo Sanchez.
Lee Horton,
Cephas Scott.
Eddie Caldwell.
Scott.
Eddie
You man, hey man, listen, it's all right. You know what I mean? When y'all 3-0, it was Super Bowl, but the wins was against the Redskins.
Herschel Wafer.
Oh, how can I forget, man? Colton Hope. I mean, how can I
My
forget?
nephew, Trey Mason.
But you know, they've been humble lately, man.
No, but yeah,
sister Sean
after they won 3 and lost 3, they got home.
My brother-in-law, Trace Williams.
Because you know before
My sister, Jamie Williams.
because before that, man, when they was 3-0, man,
My Uncle Steve
all of that, man. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, man, we still got we just at the halfway point, and
they may
you
come
know,
back.
yeah, they may be. But what about, hold on.
Get this.
What about them Lakers, man? Oh, but that's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother show. And with that being said,
Talk about the Rockets?
that's our show.
We doing good.
That's our show.
So are the Lakers.
That's our show.